October 2025 monthly safety meeting. Today's agenda is commitment to safety, safety operating skills, lane changing and merging, incident prevention, fire safety, and heat illness prevention, and division updates on the moment and passenger stop enhancement. The safety message is October is a high risk month. Fall into safety. Lane changing and merging. Safe lane changing. Watch for high-speed motorcycles and aggressive drivers. Sports bikes and weaving cars can appear suddenly in blind spots. Rock and roll in seat and check mirrors. Scan mirrors and glance over your shoulder just before merging. Anticipate other drivers changing lanes too. Make sure no other vehicles behind you are trying to pass you as well. Maintain a safe cushion. Leave extra room to react if another vehicle moves unexpectedly. Avoid sudden moves. Signal early, at least for 3 seconds or 3 signal flashes, and merge slowly and smoothly to reduce surprise for others. Safe merging. Signal early. Use turn signals at least 150 feet before entering expressway. Get in the flow. Smoothly accelerate to match traffic flow and speed. Gap spacing. Check your mirrors and blind spots for sufficient space gap. Do not assume other drivers will not be entering that space as well. Establish following distance. Once safely in lane, establish your safe following distance. Watch for high-speed motorcycles and aggressive drivers. As with lane changing, motorcycles and weaving cars can appear suddenly in blind spots. What should you do before changing into another lane? D. Swerve into the lane. What is a step you should do when merging? Assume other drivers will stay out of your blind spot. Incident prevention, fire safety, and heat illness prevention. Fire safety for transit facilities. Fire safety is critical in all MV Transit locations, offices, maintenance shops, and transit facilities. Everybody, everywhere, every time. Fire safety is everyone's responsibility. Key areas. Know your evacuation routes. Keep exits and fire extinguishers accessible. Report electrical hazards. Store flammable materials properly. Smoke only in designated areas and always make sure to extinguish smoking materials before leaving the area. Facility fire safety procedures. Conduct regular fire drills. Know your facility rally muster points. Ensure fire alarms and sprinklers are functional. Inspect it monthly. Make sure annual professional inspections are done. Train staff on fire extinguisher location and use. Maintain clear signage for emergency exits and do not block exits or egress aisles. Avoid overloading electrical outlets. What to do if there's a fire on your bus. Stay calm and pull over safely. Stop in a safe location away from traffic. Turn off engine and set parking brake. Prevents fuel flow and reduces fire spread. Evacuate passengers immediately. Use front and rear doors if possible. Assist mobility challenged passengers. Use lifts or ramps if safe. If not, assist manually with help from others. Move everyone at least 100 feet away. Keep clear of smoke and potential explosions. Call dispatch. Report location, bus number, and situation. Do not re-enter the bus. Safety first. Leave firefighting to the professionals. Fire safety quiz. What is the first thing you should do if you discover a fire? Evacuate and activate the fire alarm. What should you do if there's a fire on your bus? Pull over safely, turn off the engine, and evacuate passengers.
The decision to evacuate a bus must never be taken lightly. In most emergency situations, it's normally safer for customers to remain on board. You should not evacuate the vehicle unless it's absolutely necessary. However, there are situations where you need to evacuate the bus immediately to protect your customers from harm. If there is an immediate risk, don't hesitate, evacuate. Here are some examples of when you should evacuate your vehicle.
Your vehicle is on fire or there is a serious risk of a fire as well as smoke. Being stalled or stuck in an unsafe location. For example, within 14 feet or less of a railroad track or in a location where your vehicle is likely to be hit by a large, fast-moving vehicle like a train or a semi-truck. Your vehicle is in a dangerous position on the road where it could tip over or get hit by another vehicle. Fuel or toxic fumes are leaking into your vehicle. You see leaking fuel coming from or underneath your vehicle. Your vehicle is in the water, such as a lake or river, or is in danger of going into the water. You suspect that a bomb or other weapon of mass destruction is on the vehicle, as well as any other condition that would make it safer for your customers to evacuate the vehicle immediately.
Remember the 7 emergency management response steps and follow these procedures when evacuating your vehicle.
Pull the vehicle over at the first available and safest location. Apply the parking brake and shut off the engine. Do not operate any of the electrical switches on the side panel or dash. Assess the condition of escape routes and identify possible safety zones outside your vehicle. Evacuate your vehicle and stay at least 100 feet away from the bus upwind of the vehicle.
Calmly and clearly give your customers your evacuation instructions that include the following:
The order in which they are to evacuate, which exits are to be used.
Stress that customers must assemble in a safe location well away from the vehicle and clear of traffic hazards. Advise them to leave their belongings behind to move more quickly. If possible, take a quick head count of your customers. Give any special instructions based on the situation, such as asking others to help a disabled customer, asking someone to call 911 if you're unable to get in touch with dispatch, or if you need immediate assistance.
Don't hesitate. Evacuate as quickly as possible. Speed is of the essence, especially if there is the threat of fire or vehicle flooding. Assess the condition of your customers to be evacuated and what assistance they will need. Ask for help from willing and capable customers when evacuating injured or disabled customers. Evacuate all ambulatory passengers first, except those who have agreed to help you evacuate non-ambulatory customers.
Some things you need to be aware of when evacuating non-ambulatory customers or customers using a mobility device. To ensure they understand you, look the customer in the eye and speak directly to them, not their aide or support person. Tell the customer there's an emergency and you must evacuate them as quickly as possible for their safety. Always ask for permission to touch them or their mobility device before doing so. If they're not ready, you could cause an injury, knock them off balance, pinch a finger, or roll over their foot or bag. Remember, your vehicle lift will not work with the power off. If the wheelchair lift door works and the lift is operative, use the lift to evacuate non-ambulatory passengers. In an emergency, the lift may be operated manually without power. You may also lower the lift halfway down electronically or manually and use it as a step for ambulatory and non-ambulatory passengers.
You may have to cut or remove all customers' restraints and leave mobility devices behind. You may have to carry or drag a customer with a disability from your vehicle. If you do, try to get help from other customers. If a drag blanket is available, you can slide passengers from their seat onto the drag blanket and grab the corners to drag or carry the passengers down the aisle and out the door or emergency exit. If a drag blanket is not available, as a last resort, you can grasp under their arms and gently pull your customer to safety.
When all your customers have evacuated and are accounted for, keep everyone in a safe location, at least 100 feet away from the vehicle, and wait for emergency responders. In the process of evacuation, don't forget the 7 steps for emergency response.
First and foremost, remain calm and professional to reassure your customers. Assess the situation. Protect people, then property. Get help or call dispatch. Reassure and assist your customers so they will stay calm and follow your directions. Secure the scene and gather information for appropriate incident reporting.
We hope you're never involved in a situation where an emergency evacuation is necessary. If you are, securing the scene and helping customers exit your vehicle should be your highest priority.
Okay, you have 8.2 vehicle evacuations quiz. Wait. Number 1, when you are deciding whether to evacuate the vehicle, what factors must you consider? D, A, and B. 2, if there is an immediate risk, don't hesitate. Evacuate your bus. Which of these do not apply? A, how far away and in what direction should you evacuate customers from the vehicle? C, your highest priority when evacuating your vehicle is protecting people in and around your vehicle. True. Heat stress prevention, heat safety tips. Recognize heat illness early. Drink water often. If possible, take breaks in the shade. Wear light colored, breathable clothing. Fall weather is here. Increase your following distance 6 to 8 seconds in the rain and dark. 15-second eye lead time. Pay attention to stale green lights. Avoid clusters. Have an escape route. Signal early. Make eye contact with pedestrians and cyclists. Yield early to deconflict. Smooth start and gentle deceleration. Cover brake in high-risk zones. Glare control. Patience. Leave more room and slower speeds.
Yes? I'm good. I don't know what's happened over there.
What do you think happened over there? The roads are wet. Driver took that turn too fast. Division safety updates, positive recognition, and announcements. Own the moment performance update. This is showing for On the Moment that we are achieved 40 points for the month, and we are number 10 out of the large division. This is our performance update for On the Moment. This is the breakdown of where our points come from. We received 5 points from DriveCam coaching, 5 points for DriveCam severity. The 45-75 new hire evaluations is 37% with 0 points. Our training budget, we did not get scored for, and no other division was scored for that either. The safety performance, total recordable incident rate, we are down 76%, so we have a score of 20 for that. Good job, guys. Preventable vehicle accident rate, we are down 26%, so we received a score of 5 for that. That is also due to our drivers. Thank you. Preventable fixed object rate, we are down 32%. And we received a 5 for that, so good job. Preventable awareness intersection, we increased 3%, so we got -5 for that. We did not have a pedestrian or cyclist or motorcycle incident or accident, and a preventable improper securement we did not have, so those are both 0 points. Safety leadership and action bonus points, those that we're working on getting those increased. So if you see a manager observing you out on the road, that's what they're doing. Safety leadership and action points, GM, those are strictly for Eddie to do, and he got 5 points for us. Thank you. Safety, everybody, a commitment to safety for all, MV employees, customers, passengers, and communities everywhere throughout our operations and the communities we serve, MV facilities, MV vehicles, in our personal lives and in our neighborhoods. Every time, MV employees always think safe and act safe without exception, on and off the job. This is our passenger stop. Procedure. And so it's the stop at the beginning of the stop before you start your passenger pulling in for your passenger pickup or drop off. Pause and assess the stop environment. Check for poles, signs, parked cars, overhangs, bikes, lanes, and passenger hazards before the beginning of the approach. Think. Plan entry angle and path to achieve safe curb alignment. 6 to 12 inches from the curb parallel to the curb. Plan for the safest departure path. Observe. Use mirror scanning. Rock and roll continuously throughout the approach and departure. Ensure front, sides, and tail swing clearance are maintained. The driver is asking himself questions, looking in my mirror. He's reminding himself to use his mirror. And he's reminding himself that he needs a 360-degree clearance. And he's going to rock and roll in his seat. P is for proceed. Approach at idle speed with smooth control. Execute stop with proper alignment. Parallel to curb, no more than 12 inches from the curb. Do not overhang on the sidewalk and keep the bus fully in the lane. Depart only after a full environmental scan. Make sure you're 6 to 12 inches from the pick and drop. Stop commentary. Stop, think, observe, proceed. This driver is going to perform the commentary for a passenger stop.
All right, I'm approaching the drop-off location, so I'm going to turn on the hazard light. And I'm going at the slow speed. The car hit on me with the tail light on. I don't know what they're doing. I'm going to pull in passenger drop-off location, passenger stop. Checking my mirrors. I'm looking out for a car on my right. Turning in, pulling in, checking tail swing, avoid hitting the car. Alright, it's clear. There's another car ahead of me. Try to align the vehicle within 6 to 12 inches of the curve. Okay. There's a car ahead. Okay, I'm going to put the vehicle back, apply the brake, and open the door.
Ask yourself, am I going to clear that car? I have a tail swing and there's a fixed object. And you have to pay attention and use your mirrors so that you know that your tail swing is not going to hit that car. And ask yourself, do you have enough room? Now that you've done the pickup, you're going to plan your exit. Remember all the spots on the vehicle that can come in contact with a fixed object. Make sure you leave plenty of room. Ask yourself, is the area clear, free of obstacles? Do I have sufficient space? I'm planning my approach aiming for 6 to 12 inches from the curb. I am planning my exit avoiding obstacles. I am checking my mirrors and scanning the area. As I exit, I am checking my mirrors and the surrounding area. Passenger stop enhancement. Stop. Pause and assess the stop environment. Check for poles, signs, parked cars, overhangs, bike lanes, and passenger hazards before beginning the approach. Think. Plan entry angle and path to achieve safe curb alignment. 6 to 12 inches from the curb parallel to the curb. Select the safest departure path. Observe. Use mirror scanning and pivot point observation continuously throughout the approach and departure. Ensure front, sides, and tail swing clearances are maintained. Proceed. Approach at idle speed with smooth control. Execute stop with proper alignment, parallel to the curb. No more than 12 inches from the curb. No overhang on the sidewalk. Bus fully in the lane. Depart only after full environmental scan. I'd like to congratulate all these drivers. They have a customer compliment that was sent into Salesforce. All these names have received a driver commendation, and if you haven't, check your mailbox or check with the training department. Thank you. Driver update, driver winter coats. If you already received one, you do not qualify. This is for the people who didn't receive one last year. Please stop at the classroom and sign in to get in with your size to get a new winter coat. I will be sending those off. And if you don't sign up, you won't get one. Thank you. That is the end of the October safety meeting. Turn in your paperwork and your signed copy for the substance abuse policy, and make sure that you picked up a new substance abuse policy book.